not running shit. I got a system filled up with toxins. I've been broken hearted, now it's fuck that bitch. Getting how to deal with my problems. Fucking bitches getting drunk and shit, but these bitches getting obnoxious. Ain't nothing to me though, I love this shit. Go long days, longer nights, talk too much, the wrong advice. All the lights that call my life. Doctor, doctor, will you help me? Get me healthy, keep it low, this where hell be. Ain't shit you can tell me now. For this rap shit, but you selling out. Ooh shit, my new bitch, you jealous now. Smoking weed at the crib, watching Belly now. All the pain that they causing, like fuck it, we ballin' out, everything straight. You feeling the feeling, I'm chillin', just living, I'm getting away. Conversations we having, I'm getting through static, too much on my plate. Lord, I need me a break. But I'll be good by the weekend. Yeah, I'll be good by the weekend. Yeah, everything good by the weekend. Yeah, everything will be good by the weekend. By the weekend. We going out tonight, yeah, we going out tonight. Like fuck it, we going out tonight, yeah, we going out tonight. Fuck it, we going out tonight, yeah, we going out tonight. It's a weekend, we going out tonight, yeah, we going out tonight. It's a weekend, I've been having trouble sleeping, battling these demons, wondering what's the thing that keeps me breathing. Is it money, fame, or neither? I've been thinking about the places that I frequent, all the people that I see. I'm tired of living decent. What do it mean to be a G? Yeah, and all the time we fall behind. Bitches in the concubine, I call them mine. Crazy, and God is I make water, wine, pause, and time is coming. They often hate me. Never will I walk in line. I cross the T's and dot the I's. Wondering how I got this high. Fell asleep and forgot to die. Goddamn. I'm popping them downers and drinking them pounders. Faded. Get it over the counter. I'm stuck on the browser. Like, how did I make it? This bitch don't know me. This shit is so lonely until she get naked. Don't even know what the day is. But I'll be good by the weekend. Yeah, I'll be good by the weekend. Yeah, everything good by the weekend. Yeah, everything will be good by the weekend. By the weekend. Mondays I think of you, but I ain't tripping on it. Tuesdays I'm hitting you, gotta get my hands up on ya. Wednesdays I'm lit with you, you know you're staying over. Thursdays I'm sick of you, I got to get rid of you. Fridays are always the start of the time of my life. Alright, when I get faded, you hate it, but baby, it's gonna be alright. Alright.
All right, what's up, everyone? Monday, February 23rd. We got 3 NBA games, so I honestly have no clue how long this stream is going to last. We're just going to take advantage of any value that we get here. We've got 3 games, like I said. We've got Spurs versus Pistons. Memphis is facing the Sacramento Kings, and then we have the Jazz facing the Rockets tonight. So we're going to try to get in some value. We got Prize Picks, Underdog, obviously. I can take a look at better. And then I believe that we have like a ton of profit boosts over on Sleeper. So I'll take a look at that as well. But I do appreciate everyone who's in here right now joining us on this Monday evening. I know it's a little bit later than usual. But I've kind of been sitting at my computer just kind of refreshing my Fantasy Optimizer just to see if we've got some value. For the majority of the middle of the day, we really haven't had much. But now, as we are approaching game time, we should have a better shot of beating that closing line value. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into this. If you guys are brand new here, make sure you drop a follow. You've heard me say this before, but this is the OddsJam Fantasy Optimizer that we are going to be using during the stream. If you guys do want to check this out, you can go over to OddsJam and get 35% off using code TRIDENT. Okay, TRIDENT. If you want to get in the Discord, it's free to join. You can go to tridentdfs.com and the link will be there. Okay, so we're going to start on Underdog just because the 2-pick powers are now the most profitable slip type in the entire industry right now. So first leg we're going to take over here on Underdog. We're taking Lauri Markkanen over 4.5 rebounds in this game versus the Rockets tonight. And then the second leg that we're going to add here is going to be Stephon Castle over on PRA at 25.5. Okay, so once again, we are running this on a 2-pick power on Underdog. Please do not take this elsewhere. It matters where you take these slips. Okay, so this is going to pay out 3.5x over on Underdog. If for whatever reason you're not on Underdog, you can also get on with code Trident and get some sort of free bet or deposit bonus when you sign up. Okay, so once again, that we're taking Markkanen over 4.5 rebounds, and then Stephon Castle over 25.5 PRA. All right, cool. Next slip that we're going to get in. First leg, we're going to take Ty Jerome on the Grizzlies over 16.5 points. And then we are also going to go take this college basketball prop here, Javon Hadley on Louisville under 11.5 points. Okay, so run that in a 2-pick power, 3.5x our money over on Underdog. Once again, that is going to be Ty Jerome over 16.5 points with Javon Hadley under 11.5 points. Feel free to ask any questions while we are live. Like I said, I don't know how long we are going to be live. Obviously, we've got games starting in a little under an hour. We'll see how much value we can actually get in and try to take advantage of all those profit boosts and discounts that we have available to us. I think, let me check Sleeper real quick because I do want to see. I know we have like hockey boosts or something. So like I'm assuming they're wanting us to lock in those hockey boosts prior to the day of. So we have two 50% profit boosts for NHL, which we don't have any games until Wednesday, I believe. So we've got a CS2 profit boost. We have the one that we'll use today on stream is we have a 3-pick 30% boost. So 30% isn't crazy, but hopefully we can get a little bit of like, correlation in there possibly. We'll take a look at that for sure. And then for soccer, I can possibly look at that as well. We have not done Sleeper yet. I'm just talking about the profit boosts that are available for us. All right, let's get in another Underdog slip. We're going to be taking Jalen Johnson under on points. This is for tomorrow's game, but we're getting some value here on this. Lines at 22.5 on several other books and apps. So we're going to take Jalen Johnson under 23.5 points. And then the second leg we are going to take here is going to be Henry Visar on the North Carolina Tar Heels under 18.5 points. All right, so once again, we're taking the under points on Jalen Johnson at 23.5. And then we've also got the under points at 18.5 for Henry Visar. Cool. All right. Go ahead and get that in. Henry Visar under 18.5 points, and then Jalen Johnson under points as well at 23.5. All right. We got anything else here we can get for Underdog? Technically, we could. A lot of those we've already played, though. Am I live on Twitch? Yes, I am live on Twitch. Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok. Tomorrow will be the slate. Taco Tuesday and 11 games. We got 11 games tomorrow. That's pretty nuts. Yeah, tomorrow should be really good. Should be real good. Prize Picks does not have any value as of right now. Let's check out better. I think someone said that we have a better promo or discount or something. Let's check it out. I've got a 30% profit boost on better. And then they've obviously got some discounts. Let's build out a slip for the profit boost real quick. So first leg here, I'm going to get Alperen Şengün under 2.5 steals and blocks. And then I'm also going to take Jabari Smith over rebounds at 6.5. We can take, we're getting some good value here on these NHL props as of right now. Let's go take that. Jamie Alexiak under 1.5 blocks for the Seattle Kraken. And then we're going to go take Corey Perry under 1.5 shots on goal. He is on the LA Kings. And then the final leg that we're going to take here, we're going to go with Taylor Hendricks under 17.5 PRA. All right. So you guys can add your profit boost to that. If you don't have one, that's totally fine. Because at the end of the day, that is a positive EV slip. Either way, so you guys can go ahead and lock that in. That's over on Better. If you're not on Better, you can use my code and get yourself some extra Better bucks as well. Okay, so once again, that 5-pick flex that we are taking over on Better is going to be Taylor Hendricks under 17.5 PRA. We've also got Alperen Şengün under 2.5 steals and blocks. We are taking Jabari Smith over 6.5 rebounds. Jamie Alexiak under 1.5 blocked shots. Corey Perry under 1.5 shots on goal. All right, that's what we got there. That's going to be a 7% positive EV play, and obviously that's going to be a little bit higher if you use your profit boost. Okay. If you guys are just now joining the stream and you want to get all of the picks in, you guys can go over to the Discord and get anything that I've already played with a link there. Okay. There's an NBA boost for pick 6. Cool. We'll take that. Take a look at that. The Twitch is just Trident DFS. No underscore. All right. So that's what we're going to put in for Better. I'm going to go back over to Underdog to see what we've got going on over here. If there's anything else that I like. All right, we got a couple more plays here for Underdog. So first leg, we're going to go take Chris Sinak on Houston under 9.5 rebounds. And we're going to pair that with DeMar DeRozan under 19.5 points and rebounds. Okay, so once again, we're taking Chris Sinak on Houston under 9.5 rebounds. And then we're also taking DeMar DeRozan under 19.5 points and rebounds. Do not try to play this anywhere other than Underdog. This will pay out 3.5x our money, or essentially a plus 250 parlay. Those two together is going to create a 6.46% positive EV slip on a 2-man. Can't beat it. So good. Good value there. What's the Kings player? DeMar under 19.5 points and rebounds. Oh, from NHL. Corey Perry under 1.5 shots on goal. All right, let's get in one more slip here on Underdog. This is kind of one of the perks about the brand new payouts on Underdog is like before I would typically have to wait for a full 6 props of value to come up in order for me to get a slip in. And now it's like if there's any sort of changes in the market, as soon as that pulls up through the fantasy optimizer, I'm able to get in a 2-man, and it's great value. There's no more like waiting as far as like if there's bumps that are going to take place or if props are going to get removed. It's very quick now. All right, so next slip we're going to get in. Still on Underdog. It's going to be another 2-pick power. First leg, we are taking Keegan Murray under. Actually, you know what? Let's go take Russell Westbrook here. So scratch that. We're going to go take Russell Westbrook over rebounds and assists at 8.5. And then let's go take we're going to take Stephon Castle over rebounds and assists at 10.5. Okay, so both of those guys, we are taking the over rebounds and assists for Russell Westbrook and Stephon Castle. Okay, Russell Westbrook at 8.5. Stephon at 10.5. All right, that's a 2-pick power. Go ahead and get that in. So once again, Stephon Castle over 10.5 rebounds and assists, and then Russell Westbrook over 8.5 rebounds and assists. All right, let's go take a look at. I know some of you guys like Dabble. Let me take a look at Dabble real quick. Nothing on Dabble. Let's go get Novig in because I think we've got a couple of profit boosts over here. So, which by the way, yesterday, the Novig one that we cooked up, that one cashed. So if you're not on Novig, PrizePicks doesn't have any value right now. Novig, if you guys are not already on that, once again, not to sound like a broken record, but you guys can get on with code Trident. I highly recommend you guys get on Novig because similar to Sleeper, they kind of give out profit boosts on a daily basis pretty much. And on top of the fact that you can find positive EV plays, you also get the extra parlay boost. So Let's go ahead and craft one up for NBA. Get ourselves a couple data points in here. I apologize. I know I'm going pretty quick, but gotta get the value in and beat these lines that are gonna eventually change. So 50% boost on DK pick 6. Okay, I'll check that. WB, what up, dude? All right, let's go ahead and get this in. I'm gonna try and see if we've got a decent amount of liquidity on any of these props, so we can get a solid parlay together. Okay, how about let's go over to the Kings game tonight versus Memphis. In the first leg here, we're gonna take the Kings plus 9.5. Okay, we're gonna take Kings plus 9.5. Second leg, we are going to take what do I want to take here? This is interesting. A lot of these have just heavy juice on them. Let's go to the Spurs game and take LeVert over 6.5 points. All right, we're taking LeVert over 6.5 points at -110. And then the third and final leg that we are going to take here is going to be, let's see, can we find something in this Utah game? Let's go with Kevin Durant over 25.5 points at -105. All right, so that should be a plus 383 parlay. If we add our boost to that, it comes out to plus 502. Nice little plus EV parlay there on Novig. Once again, we are taking Kevin Durant over 25.5 points. We have the Sacramento Kings plus 9.5. And then that final leg there is going to be LeVert over on the, I think he's on the Pistons. It's in the Pistons game. We're taking his over 6.5 points. Get that posted. All right. Little 3-leg there. And then I believe we also have a college basketball boost from what I saw. If you're just now joining the stream, make sure you guys drop a follow. I greatly appreciate that. Are we putting Royce O'Neal on our ban list after that performance? Yeah. I try not to keep a ban list just because it's like, you know, that's just inevitably going to happen. But yeah, that was pretty brutal last night if you guys tailed the sleeper slip. What was the last one? For the Novig slip, we have Kevin Durant over 25.5 points, LeVert over 6.5 points, and then Kings plus 9.5. That's what we ran there. All right, let's check out college basketball. Yeah, 0 points is bad. I saw him brick the first one, brick the second, turn the game off, checked back on Real, saw that he was 0 for 4 and like 0 for 5 from the field. And then I checked that he just wasn't shooting anymore after that. So, yeah. All right, let's go get, you know, we're going to ride with H-Town tonight here on Novig. So we're going to take Houston plus 1.5 at -142 as our first leg. Second leg, we're going to roll with Incarnate Word versus Northwestern State. We're rolling with Incarnate Word plus 2.5 at -102. And then the final leg that we're going to take here is going to be, what do I want to play here? Should we just roll with Lamar moneyline? Looks like there's a lot of money on Nichols on Novig right now. Let's roll with that. Yeah, lock that in. So we're going to go with Lamar moneyline, Incarnate Word plus 2.5, and then Houston plus 1.5. Okay, so a plus 346 parlay turns into a plus 459 parlay over on Novig. Once again, because I have to say this, please do not tail these slips anywhere else but Novig with the parlay boost, please, okay? If you're brand new to stream, this is a very different approach than many take, and it's also the reason why many lose money, okay? It's not about the plays that you take, it's about the price that you get them in at, all right? So we are getting value. You can tell how quickly I'm ripping these plays because If there's a good price available, we are going to take advantage of it. In the long term, that creates profitability. Okay. Ty Jerome's about to get ruled out. He's unlikely to play tonight. Okay. The good news about those two-mans is that it'll refund itself. We don't have to worry about it turning into like a 5-pick flex, you know, or a 4-pick flex. All right, still no value over on prize picks. Let me take a look at underdog once again. Okay, let's we're gonna skip that for now. Okay, let's go over to sleeper because I know everyone was probably dying to get sleeper in. We need a 3-pick play with a 30% boost, so we can't be eating too much juice here. 100% boost is one thing, definitely gives us a lot more room to, you know, do something with. Can I go over the first Novig slip again? Yeah, it's already in the Discord if you guys want to just hop in there and get them. Those profit boost slips just get posted for free. The first Novig slip was Levert over 6.5 points, Durant over 25.5 points, and then the Kings plus 9.5. All right. So with sleeper, we've got to be a little bit careful about this just because a 30% boost isn't like crazy. So maybe we can possibly tail some sharp money coming in. I don't know. This might be interesting. All right, this one's fine right here as our first leg. So we're on sleeper right now. If you guys are not already on sleeper, I don't know what you're doing. I talk very highly about sleeper because of their profit boost. So if you guys do want to get on, you can use code Trident. First leg here we're going to take is going to be Tari Eason. We're going to take him for 2+ 3-pointers made. And now if you guys go to the Houston game and it only says 2.5, just refresh it and you should have an option, a little drop down to take 2+ 3-pointers made for Tari Eason. Okay, that'll be the first leg that we take here in this this little 3-leg NBA slip. And technically, it doesn't even have to just be NBA. So if we have a good prop here, I might take it in terms of like college basketball. Another prop down here that I like just because of the odds. It's pretty much even with these other ones. It's technically a slightly better line. I'm just going to queue it up here. So Cade Cunningham under points and assists at 36.5 tonight versus the Spurs. That is technically a decent line. I don't know if I'm going to lock that in just yet, though. I do like the Tari Eason prop, though. So I think we'll roll with that. Let's see if we have any sharp money. Any good sharp money props. Yeah, we have a lot of sharp money coming in on nickels. So hopefully that Lamar money line comes through for us. When's the last time you won? Last night? I guess that's what I would say. There really wasn't anything on today. What do we want to play here? How much juice is on this McNeely prop? Because, like, I honestly don't mind paying a little bit of juice if we're tailing sharp money. That's just typically how I've, you know, operated with this, and it's been very successful. $1,200 of liquidity at plus 122. We can get it at minus 139 on sleeper. Do I do call sheet? Yes, I do. How do we want to do this, guys? How do we want to do this? Some of these are going to get bumped, I bet. See, like this McNeely prop, I'm actually totally cool with playing. Let's just check this real quick. Isn't it funny when you have other people who join my live and then try to say, follow my picks, or I've got super confident picks for you? Like, bro, can you not just go live yourself if you want to just try and take my audience? Just refresh the page. I promise you guys can get the alternate line for Tari at 2+ if you just refresh on sleeper. All right, so here's what I think we should play, guys. And at the end of the day, it's a profit boost. We're gonna take advantage of it. I'm not gonna, you know. What did we just take for this? Didn't we just take Henry Visar under? I don't want to double down on that. What if we do this, guys? What if we just roll 30% profit boost and we take Isaac McNeely under... Wait. Why am I not seeing him here on Sleeper? Isaac McNeely. Oh, there he is. He's at the bottom. So what if we roll that? What if we do Tari Eason 2+ 3-pointers made, Cade Cunningham under 36.5 points and assists, and then McNeely under 9.5 points? I don't know if I like the Cade Cunningham prop, even though the odds are technically there. It's just like, I don't know. I'm trying to think this one out. Let me think this through real quick. Ooh, can we get some more? Can we get some more sharp money, possibly? That Luke Cornett juice is ridiculous. Not taking that. How about this prop for Trey White? I assume he's at 10.5, probably, on Sleeper. Trey White, points. He doesn't have a lineup. That's interesting. Oh, yeah, that's actually true. It's true. Okay. Well, then why don't we just run that? Why don't we just run that? Tari Eason, 2+ 3-pointers made. Cade Cunningham under 36.5 points and assists. And then Isaac McNeely under 9.5 points. Let's just roll with that. 30% boost. Pretty much turns it into 5x, 6x maybe. I think I like that. I think I'm cool with rolling with that, guys. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and lock that in. I'm locking that in for tonight. So Tari Eason, 2+ 3-pointers made. Isaac McNeely under 9.5 points. And then Cade Cunningham under points and assists. And it's funny because, like, you know, with Cade, you could check at the end of the first quarter and he'll have 8 assists with 16 points. So we'll see what happens. But technically, we got pretty good value on that prop. So that's what it's about. I don't want to sit here and speculate too long about, you know, oh, well, technically Cade could have put up 30 points, you know, all that stuff. So that's what we're rolling with, guys. This is for Sleeper. That is on the 30% profit boost. Once again, please do not try and tail that on FanDuel or wherever you think it'll be profitable. It's not about if the picks hit. It's about getting good value, okay? So Isaac McNeely under 9.5 points. He is playing for Louisville. And then we have Cade Cunningham under 36.5 points and assists. And Tari Eason over 1.5 3-pointers made or 2+. Okay. Yeah, exactly. We got to just root for Wemby pretty much. Have him swat everything, bro. Remember, guys, all of these picks get posted directly to the Discord, which you guys can join for free at tridentdfs.com. We've already gone over Novig. Does Onyx have anything today? 20% parlay boost on all sports. Let's get this in, and then we'll go take a look at pick 6, because I know everyone wants that as well. All right, all sports, 3-leg minimum, plus 200 odds or longer. Okay, let's get 3 data points here. Why not? What about pairs for the discounts on Sleeper? So here's what I think about Sleeper, okay? Sleeper does not have value on their props in general. What they do have value on is when they drop these profit boosts, you are able to take advantage of a huge, you know, payout bonus essentially, which then creates positive EV slips. So the discounts on Sleeper are typically not worth it. Now, if for whatever reason they, you know, mess up a line or they don't adjust something, then I might pair something with one of them. But typically a lot of the promos outside of the profit boost will be like, you know, you'll see somebody's, you know, prop to score a goal for soccer, and it'll just be like a boosted payout. So if there were ever really good value, I would probably post it, but I typically stay away from those just because they're not like, they don't catch my eye as much as the profit boosts do. Okay. Who's the college ball one? Isaac McNeely on Louisville, under 9.5 points. Okay, let's go ahead and build out this 20% parlay boost over on Onyx. I shouldn't even say it, but once again, if you guys are not on Onyx, you can get on with code Trident. Okay. First leg here, we're going to take, let's go get Clifford over 2.5 assists on the Kings. We should be able to get this line at, okay, they bumped it, so that's fine. Onyx bumps fairly quick, so we're going to have to, you know, adapt to this real quick and just try and get something in. Let's see, minus 131. Yeah, these are really heavy juiced. Okay. Ugh, gosh, that's all that's available. Okay, maybe we won't do Onyx real quick. Let's go over to DraftKings Pick 6 and see what we have over here. Let's see, a 10% winnings boost. Do we have anything better than that? I don't know if there's anything even good for Pick 6. I saw that. I saw freaking Wembanyama with 3 blocks. Yeah, that was ridiculous. Within like the first minute or two of the game. It was wild. Yeah, that's pretty much all I use Sleeper for. Essentially, it is like the bankroll building app because I pretty much only use their profit boost, which is hilarious because it's not like they limit me or tell me like, hey, you need to play like normal slips. I just take advantage of their profit boost because it's the best way to build bankroll. No other app is just consistently offering 100% profit boost on everything that you play. Yeah, we've already done quite a bit of Underdog. I'll probably go back though, just since they've, you know, always are dropping value. You've got a 50% boost. If that's the case, I would probably run Şengün under 36.5 PRA. I would take Durant over points at 24.5. And then probably just take Ace Bailey over 13.5 points and just run that 3-pick with 50%. Or is it a 4-pick minimum? Yeah, I know Sleepers, like, I think you still have to like play through them on something. So that's why I always keep my eye out for stuff that actually is good value. And technically, if you guys wanted to, like, personally, I wouldn't be against this, but like, if you needed to kind of like use those funds as if it's like a rollover pretty much, you could find props that are not even technically positive EV, but are just like almost the best price, you know? And like similar to just like how I would go over here and use like the low hold tool to see where like the exchange markets are at and just run 2 picks. That way you're kind of going through those funds and you're still technically you're not like getting negative EV slips in. 4-pick minimum. Yeah. So I would add those 3 that I gave you. And then I'd probably take Devin Vassell under 16.5 PRA. I don't really like that. But if you're itching to use it, those are probably the best plays. Looks like Sensabaugh over 17.5 is decent. Pick 6 just does not have a lot of value at the moment. Let's go over and see if Prize Picks has anything right now. Probably don't because they suck. Yeah. All right, let's go over to Underdog. I'm sure we can get some more. Oh, yeah. Underdog's got value. Okay, go back to Underdog. Let's keep ripping. We're going to take Michael Brown or Mikel Brown under 22.5 points on Louisville. We are also going to take Jalen Wells under points and rebounds at 19.5. Okay, Jalen Wells under points and rebounds at 19.5. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Underdog has those profit boosts. We could just build out a 6-leg probably. You want to do that? 30%. I have a 50% still. Okay, you know what? Screw it. Let's just use our 50% NBA boost. So I got to take out Mikel Brown. Okay, so first leg. And yes, I know some people are going to say, oh, Durant, we just took his over on points. I understand. Okay, you can't just be attached to every single slip you put in. Okay, so first leg we're going to take here Kevin Durant under 31.5 points and rebounds. Then we're going to go take that Jalen Wells prop under 19.5 points and rebounds. Let's go over to Walter Clayton Jr. and take the under 3.5 rebounds there. Malik Monk, we're going to go over 12.5 points. Jalen Johnson, we're going to go under 34.5 points and rebounds. And then finally, let's take Keegan Murray under points at 18.5. Let me see if I like this slip. I want to take out Keegan Murray. And then we're going to replace that with Jalen Green. We're going to go over 23.5 points and rebounds. All right, so that is going to be a 25x. If you guys need to just play it as a 25x, if you already used your profit boost, that's completely fine. It is still technically a positive EV slip. However, if you do have a 30% or a 50% profit boost on Underdog, I would definitely take it with those plays there. So once again, if you need to get that in, we're taking Kevin Durant under 31.5 points and rebounds, Jalen Wells under 19.5 points and rebounds, Walter Clayton Jr. under 3.5 rebounds. We've also got Malik Monk over 12.5 points. And then the final two legs there are going to be Jalen Johnson under points and rebounds at 34.5, and then Jalen Green over 23.5 points and rebounds. So that slip by itself is 15.88% positive EV. And then on top of that, adding the profit boost puts that through the roof. Okay. If you guys are watching on TikTok right now and you want to see my full screen as I'm placing these, you can watch over on TikTok. Or sorry, not TikTok, Twitch, Twitter, or YouTube. Okay. I believe we already did a better slip. Let's see. Do we have enough here for another? Let's see if we can build out that 30% as well, guys. This one's got, geez, why do I have 3 of these left? Holy cow, I'm slacking with using my profit boost. Okay. All right, let's start this one with Keegan Murray under 18.5 points. Then let's go take... Turn this off real quick. All right, then we're going to take Jalen Wells under PRA at 21.5. We are also going to take Walter Clayton Jr. under 1.5 3-pointers made. Let's go take CJ McCollum over 25.5 PRA. Let's get in De'Aaron Fox over 19.5 points and rebounds. And then our final leg here, we're going to double down on Jalen Green, which I probably shouldn't based off of that performance. What was that, last night or 2 nights ago? I think it was yesterday, like midday. All right, play that with a 30% or 50%, whatever you have. If you don't have a profit boost, you can still take it. It's fine. So Keegan Murray under 18.5 points. Then we have Jalen Wells under 21.5 PRA. Also, we are taking Walter Clayton Jr. under 1.5 3-pointers made. Then we have CJ McCollum over PRA at 25.5. We're taking De'Aaron Fox over 19.5 points and rebounds. And then finally, Jalen Green over points at 19.5. Where did Keegan Murray go? What's going on here? Oh, he's down here now. All right. Cool. So that's over on Underdog. Pretty good slips. Yeah, Jalen Green's performance. I told you guys in the Discord this, but I was watching that game, the Magic versus the Suns. Jalen Green gets a steal and quite literally could have run and laid it up for 2. Would have been completely fine. Desmond Bane is, hauling it behind him, but still not really close. And this dude, Jalen Green, goes to dunk it from the free throw line like he's Michael Jordan and gets blocked by Desmond Bain, or at least draws the foul and then went to the line and then bricked both of the free throws. Like, that was one of the most clown things I've ever seen, bro. De'Aaron Fox was over 19.5 points and rebounds. All right, guys. I don't really know what else I have for us here. Honestly, we got Prize Picks, Underdog. Any chance that we got more on Better? Nope. Nothing. I'm really confused. I mean, I guess, honestly, like, I guess there's not any harm in just looking at the freaking, what's it called? The hockey stuff. I just don't know if that's like, what these, when do these, yeah, I know it's a short stream. I don't want to like drag it on if we don't need to, but at the same time, we have so many profit boosts. I don't have anything for tennis. I could probably cook up something for CS2, but I don't know about it. Yeah, we only have 8 hours to use these NHL boosts, so they have to be used today. You guys want to... Let me just see. I'm going to see if we have anything for NHL. So what I'm going to do is go to the... Holy cow. Guys, this is what I like to see right here. Look how much sharp money just came in on Isaac McNeely under. Somebody out there knows something. But there is over $20,000 of liquidity on Profit X right now on McNeely going under. That's a really good sign. So I think the main sweat there is going to be Cade Cunningham, unless Tari Eason turns into Royce O'Neal and just bricks everything. That's really good, though, that Isaac McNeely liquidity. That's what we like to see. All right, let me pull up the sportsbook screen real quick, and we're going to check out hockey. We have two 50% boosts for hockey, 5-leg minimum, which is going to be very hard, but we have to use them tonight. And we don't have games until Wednesday, so let's try and put something in. Let me think about what we're going to do here. I guess we could possibly just build out correlation, but I don't know how nerfed they're going to make this. So if you don't know, hockey hasn't been played for the last couple weeks because of the Olympics. And we've got a pretty nice slate on Wednesday. Let's take a look at shots on goal. My issue is that I don't know how many other lines we're going to see here. So yeah, like shots on goal, we don't even have data points from DraftKings or FanDuel. We can pretty much just direct compare to BetMGM. And I don't want to say that that's like great, but it is a major sports book. And I don't mind if that's the only option that we have, considering we have a 50% boost. Let's see here. We're looking for just the best odds available on Sleeper. Is Sleeper really taxing all of these that much? It might not even be worth it. There's not a single shot on goal prop that Sleeper has the best odds for. That's pretty sad. Oh, yeah. I don't even know if we're going to be able to use these. There's no goalie saves or goals against. It's literally just goals, shots on goals, assists, and then points pretty much. I don't know if we're going to be able to use those, which kind of sucks because they gave us 2 of them. But not all profit boosts are good. So, unless, let me check something real quick. Because if we were to do like a same game shots on goal, let's see here. I want to see if they nerf like the correlation or if they don't. Yeah. That's not really good, actually. Okay. So, here's what I'm thinking, guys. By the way, if anyone still needs that pick 6, this DeMar DeRozan over 15.5 points is really good. I would take that. They got to get face-offs on there. I don't know if I've ever played face-offs. I would assume there's got to be odds for those somewhere, or at least just a direct comparison, right? Let's see. What do I want to do here? Price picks. What was the sharp money? We were just talking about the Isaac McNeely prop for under 9.5 points. Yeah, it was like 21 grand on it right now. It's pretty good. That is pretty good. A whole bunch of money coming in on this Houston versus Kansas game. That'll probably be a fun one to watch. We need Houston to win or lose by 1 point for that no vig slip. All right, guys. I know I wanted to hop on here and get some plays out, and I'm glad we did. We've got a 3-game NBA slate. We got a couple of decent college games on, and that's about it. So if anything else comes through before these games start, I'll obviously have them posted in the Discord. If you guys are watching right now and you have not already been in the Discord, make sure you guys join. And turn on notifications, by the way. Wherever you guys are watching right now, turn on notifications so that way you guys get notified whenever I go live. And hopefully we have another good night and some plays come through in cash for us. I'm super stoked about the underdog new payouts. And hopefully our sleeper slip comes through, because I know that's what a lot of people have been wanting. It's just, you know, sleeper winners, because it's good for bankroll building. So once again, I appreciate you guys for joining. Make sure you guys drop a follow, and I will see you guys tomorrow with a stream probably midday. I would say probably around noon or 1 o'clock Eastern time, just because we got a big slate to go over. So I appreciate you guys for being in here, and I will see you guys then. Peace out.
Hardcore pound fucking.
No,
That's
no.
my shit right
Hell
there.
yeah. Yo, that's the only way to do it, man. It's that boom, boom, boom,
Yeah,
man.
I know, but there's a difference between making